it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the performance review of the Nike Kobe 8 Protro. As always, starting with the traction pattern here on the Kobe 8 Protro in the Venice colorway, you do have a translucent outsole. Now, some pairs of the Kobe 8 Protro actually have a solid rubber outsole, this pair having a translucent outsole. As you can see right here, there is a herringbone traction pattern running throughout the shoe with some triangular portions that do wrap throughout this outsole. Now, how these perform on clean floors, fantastic. Now, they don't have a very loud squeak sound, just a little bit of a squeak when it comes to the feedback on this outsole. But as far as just sticking to the floor on clean floors, you'll be good to go on all of your movements linearly, laterally, you'll be good to go. Now, on dirty floors, you will have to wipe every so often, but as far as translucent outsoles, these actually perform rather very good on dirty floors. So really no issue at all here on the Kobe 8 Protro. And as far as bringing these outdoors, this kind of pattern right here does have some play and movement when you do kind of run your finger through it. So I don't know if I'd bring these outdoors, but as far as indoors, clean or dirty, you will be good to go. I was actually very impressed with this translucent outsole, but from my memory back from 2013, this was always a very solid option when it comes to traction patterns. And that's why the Kobe 8 Protro is gonna score a very nice 9 out of 10 when it comes to the traction. Now, as far as the cushioning goes on this shoe right here, it was kind of a letdown because this is a performance retro. Now, the originals had a drop-in lunar lawn midsole, and that midsole did bottom out after, for me, about 5 or 6 times of play. After about 10 to 12 hours of use, that lunar lawn drop-in midsole did bottom out. Now, with these, you are getting a React drop-in midsole, but it's just so thin. It offers a little bit of bounce here in the heel because it is a little bit thicker than the originals, but in the forefoot, it's like paper thin. They're great for court feel if that's what you're looking for. For me, if my legs are feeling rested, this is a nice option, but it's just not a lot of cushioning for the average player, especially if you're a bigger player. I think you might want to stay away from these because they do taper out to be literally paper thin here in the forefoot, but they do offer just a little bit of bounce back here in the heel. And then as far as the midsole goes, you do have an EVA or Phylon midsole, which is very dense to the touch, but it does offer just a little bit of compression around at the back of the shoe. But if you are a guard that prioritizes court feel over everything, this is one of, if not the best shoes on the market for court feel. But for me, being in my mid-30s now, I prioritize having a very plush cushion setup that offers very nice impact protection. And for me, these just don't do that. Now, where I think they could actually improve upon the cushioning on the Kobe 8 Protro is kind of similar to the GT Cut 1, where you had that full-length zoom strobel, and then having this drop-in React would be awesome. Or going back to the Elite Kobe 8s. I believe they had full-length zoom air directly under that lunar lawn drop-in midsole. So either of those options would have been far better than what you got here, because for me, it just does not feel like that much of an upgrade with this drop-in React midsole. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of the cushioning. For me, it was more or less lackluster, and that's why these are going to score a mediocre 7 out of 10. As far as the fit goes on this model, one thing I will mention right off the bat is these do fit extremely narrow. Now, I did have quite a bit of pinching here on the lateral side, and I actually do believe that's because the outsole right here by the outrigger, it was really kind of protruding here on the outsole, and it wasn't flat on the outsole, it was protruding. It has flattened out over use, but this outrigger right here was kind of digging in and pushing up on the lateral side here, causing some pain. But after about 3 or 4 hours of use, these did break in very nicely. But I would caution you, if you are a wide footer, I would probably go up half a size. Now for me, I'm usually a size 10.5 or an 11. I went with a size 11 in these, and I have a little bit less than a thumb's width at the end of the shoe, but I just don't think I could have gone 10.5 in these. I think they would have just ran way too narrow and been way too uncomfortable on foot. As far as the overall fit here in the toe box, there actually is a bit more volume that I'm used to as far as the volume of the shoe, because I could wiggle my toes around quite a bit here in the forefoot, and my toe is right near the end of the shoe, so I wouldn't say they're too long. It's just the overall fit for me in the forefoot was just a little bit sloppy, but overall it's a very snug fitting shoe and more or less a one-to-one fitting shoe from the midfoot back, but the toe box was just a little bit too roomy for my liking. So overall, the fit's gonna get an 8 out of 10. Now, as far as the materials go, it's really nothing special. Starting at the back of the shoe, you do kind of have a synthetic nubuck material here at the back with some 3M hits right here with that Kobe Bryant logo. And then everything in front of that is kind of this mesh material that is very breathable and pretty strong as well when you're making those hard lateral cuts. And then wrapping at the base of this mesh material is a fuse portion, kind of offering some more durability and support on this upper. So overall, it's nothing special, especially for 190 USD. I think like 265 here in Canada. A pretty expensive setup right here, but you're really more so paying for the name of the shoe, being Kobe Bryant and his 8th signature shoe, one of his most popular signature shoes at that. But as far as the materials go, really nothing special, but they're very form-fitting and slim on foot. The tongue is very much paper thin, as you can see right here. There is some padding wrapping up the middle of the tongue, but at the top, it is very thin. Now, some of the Protros have a thicker tongue, and the OG colorways so far have had this original really thin tongue right here. But overall, the materials are nothing special for the price point you're paying for. But sound off in the comments, because these are the materials that did come out back in 2013 on the OGs. But for me, they're gonna get a 7.5 out of 10 as far as the materials go. As far as the weight when it comes to the Kobe 8 Protro, again, this is a US size 11, and these come in at 13.2 ounces. So all things considered, this is a pretty lightweight basketball shoe. Now, as far as the support goes on this model right here, it's one of the standout features for this basketball shoe for sure. And that's one of the reasons players 1 through 5 positions on the basketball court can actually play in the Kobe 8 Protro here in 2024. Now, at the back of the shoe, you do have this external heel counter right here, which offers great lockdown and support here at the back of the shoe right here. As you can see right here, it does wrap from the lateral side to the medial side. Moving forward from that, you do have this foam portion and this rubber portion that does wrap up, and your foot is actually seated, housed within that midsole right here on the outside of the shoe. You also have this fuse portion that does wrap around, offering some more support here on the lateral and on the medial side. And then your foot is seated ever so slightly inside of this drop-in midsole. You can see it has just a tiny bit of a lip right here wrapping around. So you are seated, housed within that as well. And then at the bottom of the shoe, you do have a very wide and stable base with this flange, this outrigger flange right here that does kind of jut out and prevent your foot from teetering over if you do land awkwardly or on somebody's foot. And then last but not least, at the bottom of the shoe, you do have this glass-based carbon fiber midfoot shank plate, which offers great torsional rigidity and support directly under that midfoot. So bar none, a very supportive low-top basketball shoe, and that's why it's going to score a very solid 9 out of 10. So that's going to do it for today's performance review on the Kobe 8 Protro. Now, was I impressed with this model from Nike being a performance retro basketball shoe? I'm going to have to say no, because more or less this is the exact same shoe that did release over 10 years ago in 2013, with the slight upgrade being that drop-in midsole being a React foam compound rather than Lunarlon. React foam does last longer as far as impact protection and just the overall compound of the foam, but it's really nothing special when it comes to cushioning within the Kobe 8s. Sound off in the comments what you guys think of the Kobe 8 Protro. Have you guys picked up any of the colorways? Which colorways have you guys picked up, if you guys have picked up any? For me, I actually picked up 2 pairs of this colorway right here. It's one of my favorite original colorways from back in the day. I just really love the 3M hits at the back of the shoe. on this swoosh right here, and then just this colorway being a very loud colorway on court. I absolutely love this colorway, but as far as performance goes, they are pretty lackluster. Like I mentioned, I think if they added that full-length Zoom Strobel or the Zoom bag coupled with that drop-in midsole, it just would have been a much better setup, because the support, the materials, and the overall traction are all pretty good in my opinion, but just the cushioning for me in my mid-30s, and for most players, unless you're a point guard that likes to be very close to the floor, was pretty lackluster in my opinion. But like I mentioned, that's going to do it for today's performance review. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that definitely helps the channel a ton. As always, check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.